Welcome to day 7 of our 10-day mobility series. Molly's going to take us through a T-spine mobility routine, focusing on the upper back to help improve your flexibility and posture. Let's get right into the routine.
So what we're going to do, we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged position. So if this is uncomfortable, if you've got tight hips, sit yourself on a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can sit yourself on a few cushions or pillows. That just helps to open up those hips naturally so they're slightly higher than the knees. So all we're going to do, we're going to place our hands over the knees and take a seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, you're going to puff the chest up towards the sky, and then as you exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, pushing the spine towards the back of your room. Every inhale, lifting, opening the chest towards the sky. Every exhale, we hollow out the chest and push that spine towards the back. I'm going to take 2 more in each direction. As we lift up, think about a piece of string lifting the chest rather than trying to crank the neck back. And then letting the head hang heavy. And then we're going to take a similar motion, but we're going to add some circles. So we're just going to puff the chest forwards to the side and round. So it might feel a little bit clicky, clunky, a little bit awkward, but we're just trying to lubricate the spine here to help open up the muscles around the chest and the back. So once we've done about 4 one direction, we're then going to change. And it can be as large or as small as what feels comfortable for your body. And then coming back to that comfortable seated position. We're going to come into a lateral bend series. So we're going to place the left fingertips out to the side. Alternatively, you can have a block under the hand if we struggle through the sides of the bodies. On your next inhale, we're going to lift that right arm up towards the sky and then bend into that elbow, reaching it over. If it's too much with the elbow bent, you can just walk out that arm a little bit further. And we're going to take something called flossing today. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw that elbow in towards the waist, turn the chest up a little bit more towards the sky, and then reach that arm back overhead. We're going to take that 3 more times, just to work a little bit deeper in towards the chest, and deepening it through the lats as well. Just take it 1 more time. Holding it overhead, and then we're going to add 4 circles, really reaching the arm away from the body, circle it in front of the head, and taking that 3 more times. We actually get to work through that shoulder complex as well here, which can always be a little bit sticky, a little bit clunky, so it's nice to add that extra mobility. And then we're going to gently lift ourselves up, maybe take a few shoulder rolls between sides, and then take it on the other side. So lifting the left hand up, sinking down, or reaching that arm a little bit further away. And then when you're ready, we're going to squeeze that elbow into the waist, seeing if you can open the chest a little bit more, and then reach it back down. Taking that 3 more times. Good, and it can be completely different, right and left. So no, you don't have to force any of these positions. We're going to add that rotation back in, reaching the arm nice and long away from the body, slightly behind even, and then back in front of the face. 3 more times. Final rotation. And then lifting the body all the way back up. Again, you can add gentle rolls into shoulders or even that gentle twist if it still feels a little bit unusual down the back. We're going to flip it over into our all fours position. So our hands are going to be under shoulders, knees underneath our hips. And we're going to take our thread the needle with a full arm extension today. If we are super tight in the chest or the shoulders, option is to just come into that salute position with the fingertips on the temples. Otherwise, as we inhale, we're going to lift our right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through the left and bending into that left elbow to really deepen that twist. Inhale, we lift up. If the neck's comfortable, we can gaze towards the hand and then threading it through. Taking it 2 more times as we thread through. Imagine someone's trying to pull the arm as far through as possible. Taking that final one. And then gently release. Coming straight onto the left side. Option is always to pause in that final position when the arm's threaded through, especially if the upper back or the thoracic spine feels quite tight. Lovely, we're going to take that last one, and again you can always change the position of the arm to suit your body. Coming back to all fours, we're going to come back to our melting heart posture. So a few different options. Option 1, we keep the hips high, we walk our hands forward, sinking the chest down towards the mat. Maybe the forehead touches the floor comfortably. If it doesn't, you can place a block underneath the forehead or a pillow. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, we can place 2 blocks underneath the elbows. So coming into the same position, we walk the hands over the blocks, soften the elbows down, sink the forehead, bring the hands into a prayer position, and then draw the hands towards the spine. So it just works a little bit deeper in this position. If you open up more, you can try and shuffle those elbows forwards. And as always, just focus on calming the breath, especially if we're holding a lot of tension in these spaces. Very gently unfolding the arms, pressing the fingertips into the ground, lifting the upper body, walking those hands back in. And then we're going to come onto our backs. So just moving the blocks to one side. Coming into a supine twist. We're going to do it with both knees bent. So just gently rolling yourself down, bending knees in towards the chest. Option 1 with the arms, we can open them out in a T. Option 2, we can come into a cactus position. So we just bend the elbows in line with shoulders. And then we're going to slowly lower both legs over to the right side. If it's tight, maybe place a block under the underneath thigh just to give a little bit of support. But ideally, you want both shoulders melting towards the ground. If we are really tight here, then it might have a little bit of a lift. So we can just add that block underneath so that we're not using the core muscles as such here. We're really trying to open and release the stretch. And then very gently lifting the legs up, taking them over to the left. Might get a release through the spine. One side might feel tighter. So again, just make any adjustments with the block or with a pillow. Again, it can be underneath that bottom thigh or maybe in between the knees if it feels like the top hip's compressing at all. So it's really about making these postures as comfortable as possible for your body. Wonderful. We're going to come into our final stretch. We're going to bring our knees all the way back over to the right side and roll onto the right side of the body. So we're wanting our knees to be in line with our hips and our ankles to be in line with our knees. Our right arm's going to be extended along the floor and the head is going to rest. If that feels uncomfortable on the neck, you can just place your head onto a block here. Left hand's going to go on top. And all we do, we inhale, reach that left arm as far forwards as we can. Exhale, we reach the arm overhead, seeing if we can keep the fingertips on the floor, and we just open to where the body allows us. Gently we circle back over the head the way we came, and then close the arm, one on top of the other. And just taking 3 more at your own pace, Trying to keep those fingers sliding along the floor. If they come away from the floor, maybe just don't go round quite so far. It might just be that you have a limited range of motion here that we can work on over time. Just taking that last one here. And then slowly rolling over. So we can just open out the arms, take the knees over, maybe shuffle yourself around. Again, we want that 90-degree angle from the hip to the knees, knees to the ankle, stacking the arms, and when you're ready, we inhale, reach forwards, exhale, circle, over, circle back, maybe a release in the spine. Taking that 3 more times. Lovely, just taking it that final time. And then from this position, you can use the hands to gently sit yourselves up.
I hope you enjoyed that. That was a super tight area for me. Definitely need to work on those openers. Make sure you join us for day 8, where we're going to focus on our hip mobility. I'll link it in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you subscribe. Check out Molly's channel. I'll link that in the description also. See you again soon for another video.